Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Schindler and this is the fourth part of our free beauty retouching tutorial right here on YouTube. In our previous parts, we did raw image processing, we did skin, hair and eye healing, and we did liquify. Links will be in the description for all those videos. In today's video, however, we will be smoothing our backdrop. In the video of how we captured this image, I highlighted that this is not a seamless paper backdrop, but rather a piece of brown paper that I found that I wanted to use to match the model's skin color. Link to that video will also be in the description. However, because the brown paper came in a roll, we have some imperfections in the brown paper, which we'll be removing in this video. It's a very simple process. What I'm going to do is duplicate this layer. So I pressed Command J and I'm going to name it Smooth Background Base. So that's the base for our smooth background. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the quick selection tool, that's W, and right at the top here I'm going to click select subject. So as you can see, Photoshop has automatically selected the subject for us. I'm just going to make sure the selection is good. I'm going to refine the selection by using the additive lasso tool just to make sure the selection is good. All right, so I've refined the selection. Now what I'm going to do is going to select, modify, and expand the selection. I'll be expanding the selection by 20 pixels. Going to click OK. So as you can see, the selection is expanded by 20 pixels just to make sure our model is entirely encapsulated in the selection. Now I'm going to select the quick selection tool or any selection tool, right click and feather the selection. So I'm going to feather the selection by half of the expansion that we did. So that's 10 pixels and I'm going to click OK. So we have that selection, and with the smooth background base layer selected, I'm going to press Ctrl J to duplicate just the selection. So as you can see, we have just the selection now. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to press and hold Ctrl and click on that selection as subject, and then I would select the quick selection tool, right click and click select inverse, and that will select the background. And I'm also going to click on this smooth background base layer and I'm going to duplicate the background by pressing Ctrl J. So as you can see, we have our background separated from our subject. Beautiful. Now that we have our background, we can easily smoothen it by going to filter, blur, and Gaussian blur. So I'm just going to increase the radius till I find the selection very smooth. So as you can see, this radius is good enough, 156. Okay, so I think that's good enough, and I'm going to click OK. And now you can see our before and after. So that's for our background smoothing. Now we are not done, because I've smoothened it a lot. You can see that if I show a before and after, you can see that there is no noise in the background in our new smoothened background. And what that does is when you export the image, you are going to have a lot of banding in your image. So I'm simply going to add some noise to the background, and I'll do that by going to filter, noise, add noise, and I'll just add about 1% noise. I'm going to make it uniform and monochromatic, and I'll click OK. And as you can see, we have added noise to our background layer. So this is a before, and this is the after. So I'm going to click on the subject layer now with all the 3 layers visible, and I'm going to press on my keyboard Control Alt Shift and E, and that is going to make a stamp visible layer of all the layers. I'm just going to click this layer, hold Shift and click this layer and press Ctrl J to group them, and I'm going to turn off that layer. So that's and I'm just going to drag this layer also into it, and this will be our smooth back. So I'm going to turn on the layer, and this is our before and this is our after. We have a perfectly smooth background now. In our next video, we will begin our skin retouching with frequency separation. If you enjoyed this video and if you are looking forward to that video, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications and drop a like as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.